Welcome back to The Real Morgan. What do I think of the new hero?
I hate it, but I love it.
Hold on, let's fix that.
I hate it, but I hate it.
Alrighty, let's jump right in. Impossible mode. Let's see what we're working with. Mogwai. Alright. It's a good thing I picked Barricade. I figured this level was going to have a lot of these guys. So hello, my fellow nerds. Welcome back. This is the second level of the new triad of new levels. We have our Shaolin temples at our disposal. We also have our new dragon hero, Diane Young. Don't know how to pronounce it? That's what I'm going with. It sounds like a woman named Diane with her last name Young. Not very threatening for a beefy male dragon that apparently there's no gods but just him, so he should be pretty darn buff. But he's not buff enough for me to use him right here because I want the hero spell of this boy, Barricade. All that glitters is his. Now these guys, when they hit the water, you'll see in some of these takes, if my Zeppelins don't do a great job taking them all out, when they hit the water, they duplicate, as they said in the previous level. Now this level is very tall, so recording this on Steam would definitely be the way to go. But I only have my phone right now. I'll be able to do it on Steam at a different time, so you can just enjoy scrolling constantly and throwing up for motion sickness. Anyways, it seems like these guys are best taken down by either stalling or just like quick damage. So bone flingers would be a good option, but that just seems too easy. Bone flingers are just OP as frick. They're too OP. So I was going with our Led Zeppelins. Now the Zeppelins are pretty good too. A lot of people compare it to Big Bertha. A lot of people say that they're better than Big Bertha, but they don't do a perfect job. Look, some of these guys are sneaking through, and I'm having a hard time managing 3 paths. What I should have done, yes, I do use some items. Again, just so you can see what those look like. They're fun. They're fun. I had a lot of gems. I wanted to buy some items. But I want you to see what these levels are like. And managing 3 paths vertically is difficult because I have to scroll up and down a lot, and I like to zoom in and try to get better clips of what's happening and show you guys some of the new enemies. And luckily I have Barricade, and I chose Swamp Things as well, but Swamp Things attack kind of slow for how many swarms are in these levels. So really a Barrack would be a good option, and then a fast damaging, high DPS tower like Bone Flingers. I end up using them, and they're incredible as always. Bone Flingers plus Blazing Gem murders everything. Now, what else can I say about this level? It seems like the Shreks, the Swamp Things, should be able to do a good job because they can cover 3 paths if you place them in the middle. But there's just too many enemies coming all at once. And then we got this Carnival Dragon that I just showed you. These guys, I believe at this point, I don't know for sure, I believe that you have to kill them in a certain order. Like, you have to kill them front to back or something like that. You can't just, like, bomb them all at the same time like you do everything else. You have to kill them in order. They're invincible until you kill them in order. So you have to kill them, I think, from front to back. Let's see what's happening on the screen. All right, so we just killed the front one. Now it's very strange. I have no idea how that enemy works. Luckily, they're very slow. They don't have an insane amount of HP. They usually have about 700 to 1,000-ish, depending on your difficulty. So you can just nuke them with your green stuff, or your towers will just take care of them. Shrek slaughtered them there in the back. Now, I built Shrek a little bit late. I should have built all of my towers toward the back. I should have. There's so many things I could have done better. But that's okay, because this is just honest, blind play on Impossible. These golems continue to be a problem. So I'm starting to flirt with the idea of building some Blazing Gems, because they're just brokenly ridiculous. We use our item again, clearing the screen, because I don't want to not get 3 stars. And it's fun. Games, don't let anyone tell you that games are just about competition, guys. Games are about having fun. And obliterating everything on the screen is pretty darn fun. I don't even remember buying all these items. Did my 4-year-old son hack onto my file and buy them for me? I don't really know. But we do get to pull off some of our Zeppelin with its range-enhancing abilities by placing it next to a Shrek. It expands its already large range to gargantuan range. which is epic. We do that at some points. Obviously not doing that right now. I didn't micro the Zeppelins very much. I'm moving around my hero, not placing everything very well, kind of panicking because I don't want to lose. But we have a lot of magic-resistant guys so far at this point. There's a decent amount of guys. We got our footmen and our golems. Both of those guys have a decent amount of armor and HP. The golems obviously have a lot of HP, like 2100. They have 2 bars, so like, what, 60%-ish of armor. So they really could be going down by probably a mausoleum for a lot of you. Blazing Gem would be just the best. Blazing Gem wrecks everything with the highest DPS in the freaking universe. It can insta-kill. Man, I really should have chose my lava dragon for this too. It would have been really good. I am Lord of the Flame, even though I am voiced by a female actor. Alright, so what else do I have to say? Should I have used Shaolin Temple more on this level? Probably. I probably should have showcased it a little bit. I don't remember if I even built a single one, because I'm kind of just panicking. You see those dogs? Those dogs are spelled N-I-A-N. Nyan? Neon? Nine? Something like that. Those guys are no joke. They got good speed, good health, and, of course, their best ability, they regenerate when they hit the water. The Mogwais, those little goblin-looking things, split when they duplicate when they hit the water. So this whole mini-campaign is kill everything before it gets to the water. So I thought the Zeppelins could do that. But I've already used so many items at this point that clearly they were enough. Now, what I should have done, and what you should do before jumping into this level, you could build the Zeppelin, even though they're kind of expensive. If you're having a good hero, or if you build some bone flingers in the back so you can just spam skeletons and high DPS everywhere through the whole level, or whatever you're going to do. I would go back, and I would build probably a Zeppelin at some point. Die! Everybody die! I would build a Zeppelin, but I would support them with some orcs. Probably even better. They might be better to use the Dark Knights. Not really sure. Sorry about that, Viduk. He has a thing against the Dark Knights. I don't blame him. He's trying to get to Knight. He's trying to date her, court her, treat her like a lady, and marry her. I don't blame him. She's beautiful, and she can stun people with her shield. Anyways, we are on wave 14 out of 15. What do I think of this mini-campaign so far? I actually really enjoy it, because it's finally a challenge. Is it as hard as the frog levels, especially the first one? I believe it's called Magnitious Shores. I don't think there is. Nothing's as hard as that level in this game. That's the hardest level. But we have a boss level next that I hadn't seen yet at this point. So we don't know what that's going to be like. But most bosses just are obliterated by Blazing Gem. So it can't be that bad. I can use whatever hero I want. I'm not using Diane Young, the new dragon hero, because I think it's kind of underwhelming and just kind of like a support hero that has a different niche that I don't want to use when I'm trying to cover 3 paths at once that are hard enough just to see, because I'm zooming in and not using my camera properly. Anyways, this seems to be the very last part. I end up using Blazing Gem and obliterating everything. Thanks, Blazing Gem. We did it. All right. Love you, nerds.